Hey everybody, my name is Zenon. You can call me Leo. Well, straight to the point. Surfing the web, I was looking for some sort of comprehensive guide or true beginner's information for what's known as TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language. Now, I've jumped through a lot of hoops and I've learned a lot in the past 8 months. So I want to share what I've learned. The point of this is I want to provide some perspective from somebody who's a complete beginner. And I want to share the resources, steps, plans, processes, and strategies that I'm learning to help others who are complete beginners to teaching English as a second language. I understand why there isn't really a resource like this. Everybody has different background, different abilities, motivations, resources, different reasons for wanting to become a teacher of English as a second language. So I'm gonna share some of my background, my motivations, and if you can relate to it, that's great. I hope this helps. If not, I hope it's still helpful. So starting from the beginning, I graduated from the University of New Mexico 8 months ago with a degree in English, with a focus in professional writing. I also minored in Chinese language. My reasons for that, I needed a foreign language credit at the beginning, my first year as a freshman, and Italian was all filled up, so I picked Chinese. It was open, and yeah, I just stuck with it. It interested me. And what's the point in just taking one semester of a language course? You won't learn anything. So I kept up with it, and I have 3 years of that under my belt. So towards the end, towards when after a year and a half, I chose the English degree, and then Chinese. I didn't actually decide on that minor till my last semester, but it worked out because I had enough credits. So it's been complicated. So I didn't really have any post-graduation plan. My living situation was somewhat transient. I didn't have a job lined up after college. I just kind of wanted to get college out of the way, have my degree, and figure out what's on the other side. I'd never had any real life or real world experience. I had a student job. I worked at a fast food restaurant here and there. Nothing long term. Nothing really with a lot of heft. So I was a student for 18 years straight. Didn't know what the world had to offer. In general, I like the idea of going back to graduate school eventually, but I hear it's not a good idea to jump into something like that without a reason why. So everybody tells me that the year after graduation, the years after graduation, that's a great time to kind of figure out who you are. And so that's boils down to why I want to travel. I actually, here's what I have for my scripting. So I hear a lot from people that the first few years after graduation is the ideal time to discover who you are and what directions you want to take in life, if you haven't figured that out already. I certainly hadn't. I still haven't. So traveling, learning about different cultures, and forcing yourself into a foreign and strange environment is a good way to test your limits and find out what you're truly made of and learn about who you are. I have several other motivations. I'd like to save up some money to help pay off my student loans, and a lot of the times, some foreign, teaching schools, they pay for your room and board. They give you a flight allowance and some other living allowances, and then you get a set wage of, if you got it good, you can make up to $3,000, $4,000 a month teaching English. Typically, I see it's at private schools. I want to teach in China. That's where I'm planning on going. So aside from the money, I've known sort of generally for a while that I wanted to teach English as a foreign language. It's applicable towards my degree. I have an English degree, so it'll help develop me as a person, as a professional in English. Aside from that, I was born and raised in poverty. I didn't have that much. So growing up, it was difficult times. There were plenty of rough times. I grew up in a small, isolated town, and I always dreamed of seeing the world, traveling and learning more, getting out of that small, insular town. So teaching abroad, it lets me fulfill that childhood dream. Aside from that, I didn't know what career goals were relevant. I was dead set on a music career when I was younger. I was fluent in classical guitar. That's what I loved. But I got severe tendinitis at the end of high school, and I had to make some changes. I didn't choose English as a degree till a year and a half into college. I had just been getting my general studies stuff out of the way, and I had a degree, and I even changed it. I thought of doing biochemistry, so I tested that for a couple of semesters, and then I thought of double majoring. Eventually, I just stuck with English. That's where I'm at now. So, fast forwarding, let's see. Pause first. With how I was rushing everything, just rushing through college, I wanted to get it done. It was hard. I had my my Pell Grant and a couple of loans I was taking out to help me get through. I had a scholarship to help with tuition. But it was hard. I didn't really have parents to support me through it, and that's okay though. I got my degree. That's what matters. I got through the other side and I got my degree. But I didn't have a plan, a post-college plan, and I want to teach English. It's a good plan. It'll give me some time to think while I develop a professional goal and acquire skills that are highly valued in the marketplace. Right now, navigating foreign environments, you really prove yourself, I feel, if you're able to adapt to a different culture and be able to communicate with people that you're so unfamiliar with. I feel those skills are, and I've heard these skills are highly valued in a number of different workplaces. So there was more I wanted to say about who I am and what I'm about, but I'm just glazing over it now. So I've set my eyes on a goal. I've been working at a call center for the past 3 months and I've been trying to save up to get my TEFL certification. Right now I've chosen I've chosen the International TEFL Academy. They have locations like all over the world. They got locations Chicago, Seattle, California, New York, Boston. I'm not going with any of those though, because the cost of living in those locations are pretty high. So the TEFL course is like $2,500, $3,000, and I can't afford that. I have to pay for this and pave my own way. So I'm living in Tucson right now, and there's a class being taught in Guadalajara on May 2nd, 2016. So I'm going to register for that class soon. That class starts in 79 days, so I have 79 days to prepare myself to take English as a second language. So I have some time to save up. I have just enough right now for the plane ticket to pay for the class and for some room and board, and that's all. I'm thinking maybe I'll try teaching in Mexico for maybe a month or so, but my end goal, I want to get to China, and I want to teach English and improve my Chinese language skills. So yeah, that's all for now. I'll post another update later when I've written out more and planned more. This channel's all sort of spontaneously put together. I'm sure it'll get better. I think it'll get better. Thank you for watching.